Hi, everybody. Welcome to your LA County Home Advocate Report with your LA County Home Advocate, Antonio Atoache. How are you, Antonio?
I'm doing fine, Lee.
It's the new year, Antonio. It's the new year.
Yeah.
And so many things are going to change going into next year. Let's talk about your area in the South Bay specifically. How are home prices doing right now?
Still holding on strong.
Really?
And no inventory.
And no inventory.
In certain areas.
What do you see it as? Is it supply or demand?
Well, there's more demand because not whatever comes up just gets bought within a couple of days still. I'm not going to say like 30, 40 offers, but 5, 10 offers probably. Still good.
Yeah, the number has certainly gone down. It's interesting because I was talking to Terrell about the Valley, and she goes, no, it's beveling off. The number of offers coming in summer, she put it, because she teaches agents, she goes, a smidge less. Not, I don't know if that's true about LA County, right? And the same with Orange County. Orange County is still holding very strong.
Yeah, it's just inventory, just not enough. And there's still many buyers, so they're all taking advantage and buying. But in December, it's a month where people hold off listing their home too. So and for they're having family coming over or whatever, they just feel like not putting it on. And I think in January we're going to see a bunch of them.
Well, that brings us to today's topic, which is come right now, the new year, there are some dramatic changes that will happen with the market. And the first of which is the interest rates are going up next year. It's already been announced by the Fed. They're going to stop the tapering. They're going to raise the rates 4 times. They don't have a choice any longer. They have to do that. So let's start with that. Do you see that as having an effect with certainly buyers or even the refinance market?
I know refinance people hold on because, they see a little bit high. They all of a sudden get nervous. No, I'm going to hold up. But for buying, it'll make a little difference. But if we go from 3 to 3.5, it's not that much difference in the house payment.
You would think that they would still see right through that, which takes us to the bigger question, which is you kind of have to take action and sell your house now, or certainly the first part of this year. Mm-hmm. The projection forward is not very rosy, right? Investors will stop buying at such a tremendous rate. Most traditional people are not buying at the same quantity that they want to, and certainly rates going up will have an effect. What do you tell people who are on the fence about selling their home?
Hey, I tell them if you're really planning on selling, this is a good time because you take advantage of the low inventory. You'll get top dollar for your home. If you're not sure if you're going to buy right now, well, hold on to your money and then, buy when we see some of these prices, hopefully leveling off here in our county, in LA County. Or if they're moving out of state, it's even better reason to do it. But I say it's if you're thinking of selling, sell now. It's a good time. Perfect time.
Which takes us to the bigger growing question of what's going to happen in LA County in 2022. And the answer is, I don't know, right? If we have lockdowns again, if we, mask mandates are back up throughout California, much to my unhappiness here in San Diego, where we got away with murder for a while. We were the last ones to change. But where do you see it all going? Do you see demand? And I keep saying it's supply more or less is about the same number as it's been for 5 years. It's really a greater demand issue. Do you see that tapering off? Do you see the investors getting out of the way and traditional people coming back to the market? What's your perspective in the South Bay?
I think in my area, there are investors for sure, but it's mostly just people moving into their homes. Just regular people moving in, and you got a lot of people here in LA, man. A lot of people, and some are ready to buy, and we help them out. But it's pretty much not enough supply, lots of demand. So if rates change, subliminally, some buyers just think, okay, I'm going to hold off longer now because the rates my payment's higher, but it's not that much difference. But they do tend to back off. And hey, man, if we see more inventory, it's better for the ones I'm working with because I know I'll get my offers through much easier.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And certainly click the information below and get good information coming into the new year. We're trying to get everybody to talk to an advocate in their market before you get caught up in the world of ABC. And if you don't know what that is, most real estate agents sadly are more consumed with always be closing you. And that's not our goal here. Our goal is to get you good information.
That's right.
What are the big questions that when you're talking to buyers and sellers right now, what is generally the bigger question that people have right now? What are people asking about?
Right. Well, for buyers, when are the prices going to stop going up?
Yeah,
It's
right.
like, when is that going to happen? And I don't have a crystal ball, but I know something's happening next year. And you talked about it before. There's a lot of people not making their payments. It's just not showing on the credit report. Once that hits up, I'm sure something's going to happen there. But that's one of the biggest ones. Of course, will prices stop going down? And when will it be going down? And I said, at some point, we'll probably level off and stay, but I don't know when in 2022. I hope it's the first quarter.
No kidding. Is there still a market for buyers in the FHA program throughout the South Bay? Is there still a play for it?
Yeah, there is. Some sellers are cool. They work with it. They raise the limits, their FHA minimum limits. Just when you don't have to inventory, it's not good for them.
Yeah. The repairs are a deal killer. And I'm sure for first-time buyers, that's really disheartening, especially in LA County.
Oh, yeah. You lay down 10 offers, 5 offers, 2 FHA, 3 conventional with bigger down payments. Sellers going to go for those.
Yeah, every time. Again, I can't stress it enough. Get to know. Don't think just because you have a loan that it's going to be appealing. Are sellers right now still focused on overvalue cash offers on their deals?
I don't really see a bunch of cash offers, not much.
Really?
There are some, but not. I would say there are some, I'm not gonna say no, but yeah, they're just regular people with their own 20% financing buying their next home, conventional. That's a way to get them through.
Well, certainly this time of year, as people come in for the throughout the holidays, and you find out that yes, we really don't have rain, and yes, it's really kind of nice year round here in Southern California. It's hard to avoid wanting to be here full time, but you need to get the full story, especially if you want to move somewhere. What are the bigger questions coming out of sellers going into next year when you've encountered them?
Will it be easier to find my next home after we get it?
Is it really just about where do I go?
Yeah. It's not very, it's easy selling their home. It's not a problem. Some agents claim I'm a hero. I already sold it over, 10, 50,000 more, but it's going to happen anyways right now, even if you're a brand new agent, they're going to sell it for more than it's listed for. But yeah, the thing is, where am I going to find a house in the area that I want? And we will find it, but it's patience, and we have to tell the buyer that's buying their property to be patient, work with us till we close both escrows together.
Makes sense. Concurrent closing, which I'm going to give everybody the advice that I gave on radio on KABC. Not to drop a name, but I was on ABC radio and I gave this advice. So I'll give it again here because it's LA County.
Sure.
If you have equity in your house, it's a really good idea at these rates to take a few $100,000 out, because the one thing I'm not sure about is whether or not we can get locked down again, right? You have millions and millions of people who haven't made payments. There are a lot of things that are coming up next year, interest rates going up, that could change dramatically the market. Right. And crashes are inevitable with high acceleration. So if you have the ability to get what they say is an average of $50,000 in equity out, and you can get a 3% rate, it makes all the sense in the world to put a nest egg into a savings plan and continue the same payments and have that cash for a rainy day, because you don't know what's going to happen for your jobs. I don't know for LA County, but because I know only for San Diego, was there an impact during the last shutdown on jobs, or is now everybody generally somewhere between a commute or working at home in LA County?
There's a lot of people working at home, and I've seen offices pretty much empty, shut down, regular retail offices. Some jobs were eliminated, and so they don't got a job. So all these things are going to, like you're saying, things that will affect next year, the rates going up. the lockdowns could happen, and it's growing by the day,
Yeah.
and people aren't getting their money like they did last year when they got like 4,000 a month just by watching TV in their couch from unemployment stuff. So all these things that could get together, something got to happen with the real estate. It will be affected. Yeah, I got to show you something. In this shopping center, I don't know if I mentioned before, there are 3 job agencies. Those guys that you apply, they're always empty. I don't know how they're going to hold on. That there's people walk in to apply for a job and it sends them out. They got 3 of them in our own shopping center here. 3, and I never see them packed with people applying.
So what are people doing to pay for their houses?
I have no idea, man.
I've wondered this about San Diego. So once a day I go down, and I live right by downtown, and I like to go to downtown and over to the wharf and do the whole bit.
Yeah.
And I am constantly amazed at the sheer number of people that are out and about and looking at empty storefronts. Right down the street from me here in Little Italy, they built a brand new commercial space that is all commercial. It's not condos.
Yeah.
And it's 100% empty. And I can only imagine that the prices are through the roof. I mean, they're beautiful locations, but what were they? And here's the crazy part for anybody thinking, great, now's the time to get into commercial. They haven't brought down commercial prices for some reason. They're living off the residential sector almost. Has commercial at least kind of corrected itself?
I would like to say yes, but no, not in our area. Like our shopping center had empty buildings, empty places for a couple of years. Now they're all full. They're opening a restaurant, Asian fusion restaurant, a couple of doors down. They're opening a breakfast place down the street in the same shopping center. Places that were empty for 2-3 years. Now they're like, people are opening businesses. Maybe that's what's going on.
I don't know, but when I was opening this company, we looked at a lot of commercial, and that was during or right after the whole COVID thing, right? And I was surprised that nobody was cutting a break. Nobody was giving me and we were talking really industrial sections of San Diego, and nobody was making any kind of deal anywhere. And I'm just wondering, I get the question a lot. Do you think the commercial sector is going to be impacted? I said, it should have been already. But it maintains its price, period. And I don't know if that goes back to the bigger question of real estate. And certainly I'm a residential banking expert. I'm not a commercial expert by any stretch of the imagination. But it doesn't make logical sense to me. And you being there in that shop, I would think it would have some impact on commercial, and it doesn't. I think that leads to the bigger question of I think what everybody thinks is it'll just keep going and the value will keep going and I'll keep getting equity, and look at all this equity I'm sitting on. That's what would happen if they locked us down January 22nd, right? We still need to do the evictions haven't changed for LA County. They just haven't done them. They haven't started to process I really want to see what happens when you start talking about 1 million or 2 million people coming on those properties coming on the market right? And is that enough to tip it the other way and start adjusting the prices? And my answer is, I don't know. I don't know.
Could be the start of it, Look, the fact that we like just the commercial, because I know the commercial gets affected, residential also gets affected, but that fact that we were full here of like different tenants and different businesses, that doesn't mean they're all doing great, man. They got this seafood place down the street where you Crab Shack. Man, they don't have enough staff. They're always closed, and they used to be packed all the time. They got beer and wine, TV monitors. So I don't know how the guy's doing it. He's got quite a few of them, but this one's pretty much almost dead. And I feel sorry because he's got I know how much rent he's paying. I have an idea. It's big. So, and a couple other places also, they're opening, but a couple of them that have been here a while are okay. They're not like super full and everything. So,
well, I would say this to everybody watching: call Antonio if it's commercial, residential, refinance, anything. Just call him and get some advice, right? Just get some information. Is there anything you'd like to add for the first part of this new year for everybody.
Yeah, it's for sellers. If you know a couple of things, like I said, if you want to get some money on the side, just refi, put some money on the side. Or if you're really planning on moving, just think about maybe finding out, sitting down with me and give you an idea of what you can sell it for, or what where you can move to, and I'll show you everything you need to know on the next area you want. If it's out of state, well, I got colleagues in out of state, so or out of the area from here, 3 to 5 hours from here. I have a lot of good colleagues that I can refer you to. And keep listening to us. We always have good info. Lee has some great research, and I'm also always on working on staying on top of things. So we're here to help.